Besele Vascunas.
We're live.
Zondelas?
We're live.
Did you just mention Alex Vasquez?
Sheepy bop a doo bop ba doo ba dee doo. The Come Up TV. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Come Up TV. My name's Catfish Swagger Jacker. What the F is up? I'm joined by my esteemed colleague, New Mexico's Nathan Richter.
Hello, hello, hello.
And our guest today is Freddy Krueger.
Dude, I literally low-key, my folks still live on Elm Street.
Have you ever had a nightmare there?
Yeah, I used to have fucking night terrors.
Really?
Yeah.
So your name is Tony Malouf,
Facts.
but that's not how you pronounce your last name.
You really gonna
Malouf?
start?
We could just
No, let's start about how shitty this weather has been out here. This is some Midwest type shit.
Yeah, well, last week it was like even worse in Chicago. What they were saying, fucking claiming like below 40 degrees.
It's cold.
With
This
the
is
wind,
like
with the
it's
wind chill
horrible.
and shit. I really got to be this fucking
Clay Johnson said it's snowing in Phoenix, fucking Arizona.
Oh, wow.
And it's snowing in Las Vegas.
But I think it's also funny that the rest of the world is looking at California saying, you guys are freaking out because it's 40 degrees. I live in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Come
Well,
live here.
It's meant to be like that.
Yeah, I mean, to say that, it's like Joey Baggs was just here from Chicago, where last week it was negative 40, and he was like, it's cold here. I was like, yeah, dude, it drops. As soon as the sun's gone, it fucking
Forget
drops.
about it.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
It was 30 degrees last night.
I can't go out when it's like that cold.
Fuck that.
But you're from the cold. You are from Chicago, Illinois.
I am, northwest suburb of Chicago.
What was that like growing up?
Chill as fuck.
Just chill.
Yeah.
Did you start out riding skateboards?
Yeah, you had to. Well, no, I mean, essentially, I guess the first time I was like jumping my bike would have been like at these mud jumps in a little forest, you know?
And then you took it to the streets.
No, I don't even know. I moved to a public school. Like we moved and then I went to a public school at 6th grade and I met some skaters. So then I was like, ooh, I'm a skate. Because that's what you did. You could fucking skate to Walgreens and we'd wax a curb. You know, like we weren't good. So like that's all we needed. There was a wax curb literally behind Walgreens in the fucking Best Buy.
Is it still there?
It's there, but they sandblasted it fucking.
Haters.
I remember when it happened.
Was it true that you're a sponsor for scootering?
Yeah, not really, but fuck.
That's okay.
I'm on a short leash here.
That's
dude.
okay.
Yeah,
I know it's hard
Who was
for
sitting
midgets.
here
We're
fucking-
small. How tall are you? How tall are you?
I'm 5'7" on my best day.
Get out of here.
5'8",
You are
fuck
not
man.
5'7".
Fuck you.
You are. There's no way you're taller than 5'6". No way.
5'6" gang, shout out. That's my man Eddie and Sauce right there.
Gang.
But I think I'm taller than him.
I love going out to bars with him because we're the same
The short
size.
gang?
Yeah.
The
we
one who
can-
gets laid first
He's
is like
fucking
the short.
shorter than me. What, dude? He's doing magic.
I got the magic.
He's
That's
gonna
how
get laid
Captain-
first.
Dude,
Dude, I don't carry around props.
he got me
I even got a
so
condom
good.
on me, dude. I'm not getting laid.
You got me so good at Ashley's last week. We had a couple of drinks in, and we're sitting at the bar, and we might have been high on marijuana. And I looked behind me, and there was a guy that looked like Barney, Eric Coupier. And I'm like, Malouf's in front of me. I'm like, the guy behind me, is that Barney?
No, that's not even how it went. The fucking worst story.
Oh, you tell me, how did it go down? How did it go down?
Dude, he walks in. I was like, oh, fuck. I told you, dude.
That is the worst.
Who was sitting here last? Beetlejuice? Dude.
He is now.
No, he walks in. I go, this motherfucker looks like Barney. So I go, oh, dude, Barney just walked in. Catfish just turns around and goes, what's up?
No, and I went up to him. I was like, "Are you sure that's Barney?" And you're like, "Yeah." So I went up to him like, "Barney, what's up, man? How you doing? It's been 5 years." And I'm like, got my arm on him, and then like his girl is sitting right there, and he's just staring at me. And I'm like, "You're not Barney, are you?" And I look, and it's like caught up in the moment. I look back at Malouf. I'm like, "Is this Barney?" And he just goes,
Yeah.
And I realize it's not fucking Barney.
He'll make you believe that it is
Yeah,
something
but-
too.
He's good. He's good at
manipulative.
practical jokes.
Yes.
But you didn't realize I was just playing the lookalike game. I mean, that's old school.
I like that game though.
The lookalike game. And you just see someone like, we used to do it. We'd send each other photos in group chats and shit. I'd be like, oh, dude, Seamus McCune's in front of me at the airport. Some kid with curly hair.
God damn.
That's funny though. Like I forget what they call it in Australia. They call it the rider game, where you see somebody that looks like a rider. But I always thought it was funny because if you look like Tom Hanks, you hear that your whole life. But just imagine like you're out for coffee with your wife and a bunch of BMX riders roll around the corner. They go, Jim Zielinski! This guy for the rest of his life, he's like, who the fuck is Jim Zielinski?
Yeah, you run into a fucking Jimmy Levan doppelganger.
There's a lot of them out here.
Fuck.
You got any good Jimmy Levan
Yeah,
stories?
and he opens his mouth, and you're like, oh, you're not him.
You're not, I've never met Jim Zielinski.
Oh, he'd be like, what's up? So if that doesn't
Oh, Levan.
Levan, you got any good Levan stories?
Oh, Levan. Yeah, one or two, but fuck. Jimmy Levan, really? Oh, we made a rap video. Remember that?
Oh, God. Holy shit. I wish that will never see the light of day.
I honestly...
Talk about the rap video.
I don't even think I could find it. I think I tried to look for it a while ago, since Adam is such a big rap star now. Thought we'd try to, dig it up one day.
The hidden Adam verse.
Yeah.
That was fire. Rest in peace, Gabe Brooks.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Gabe. I think that's probably why I even tried to dig it up, is around that time. It's been a year now, but...
How long have you been out in California?
Over 2 years.
But it seems like you've lived here forever because you're always out here.
For real.
Yeah, but when we lived in Phoenix, it started to get easier to just, Dude, if you live in the Midwest, driving 5 hours or something, it's fucking nothing.
Yeah.
We used to drive to a fucking Jomo Pro contest.
In the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, 8 or 9 hours to go ride an indoor park, which we had a lot of, so.
Best indoor park in the Midwest ever.
Still existing, Four Seasons skate park, hands down.
It's either existing or non-existing.
Scrap skate park.
Scrap was tight. Scrap was real tight.
That's the
You
logo.
rode Scrap or Four Seasons first?
Scrap.
Yeah. That's where you grew up at?
Mm-hmm.
Goddamn.
And it's just one of those things where, had no idea it had all these roots. It was just fucking...
Koji Craft.
I played indoor soccer there before I ever...
Really?
rode a bike
Yeah,
there.
because you'd
That's
have to
crazy.
walk in past the soccer fields to get to the skate park.
Yeah, and so my he's not even really my uncle when we were growing up. We called him that, but it's a friend of the family, and he's a dentist, so he's always just hooked the family up with dental work. All my cousins and shit. So we just I think we just had a Pee Wee soccer team full of all my relatives, and
Hell
it
yeah.
was sponsored. We had fucking a big ass tooth. I holding a toothbrush on the fucking shout out New Dental in Illinois. If I go home, I can get checked up.
There you go. That's what's good. Have you? Do you follow soccer? Do you follow professional soccer at all?
No, man. Soccer is honestly my least favorite sport. As I get older, though, I start to realize that that's a big fucking field.
Dude.
You know what I mean?
They're athletes.
And
That's
they,
athletes.
and they never
Yeah.
stop. That's the thing.
Never.
The clock doesn't stop. That's what's awesome about it. It just keeps running.
Yeah, so it's pretty impressive. But I mean, growing up, soccer, dust.
What's your favorite sport?
To this day, let me fucking...
Who is that? Read that
You
text out
message,
loud.
bitch.
This is actually perfect, because usually I wouldn't even have to air anybody out. But that's Joey Bags, dude. He's
Okay. Shout out to Joey Bags.
Never met him.
constantly hitting me up at the wrong time. But I don't know. I like basketball. I'll fucking still play basketball.
Who's your team?
Like a pickup the Bulls. What do you fucking... Are you high, dude?
I'm just asking.
Yeah, the Bulls.
Is this weed in here?
No, this is not weed.
What is it?
This is just a smoothie. It's got fruits and vegetables.
So how did you get into BMX riding from soccer?
Well, what happened was, like I said, there was dirt jumps, mud jumps and shit,
Yeah.
and you just when you're younger and you could fucking creep your way into a forest and you're on a bike that's not cool, and then all these kids are on bikes that are cool, and you're like, holy shit! It was like rocket power, Just some fucking stoned teenagers, probably from my neck of the woods, and actually around that time too, I had friends, the Grange family. Shout out Eric Grange. He's been homie of mine forever. His father built him a box jump. It was like a 4-foot lip, 6-foot deck maybe, and just a bank landing. And then you had to put the hooks on it. You're gonna hit their garage. So again, when I met them at the mud jumps maybe, and then ended up seeing this ramp and was like, this shit is fucking cool. Just...
How old were you?
I don't know. This is late 90s.
Yeah.
Late 90s. So, we're talking about dudes in just faded fucking...
So you just stumbled upon it.
Faded jeans and flannels like the fucking Nirvana.
Hell
age,
yeah.
Chain wallets and airwalks. And I was just more into
Sounds
that.
like you're describing Melrose.
Fuck, is that how it is now?
Right?
Dude,
I think it is.
90s is in right
Our
now.
fucking puka shell necklaces back here?
Probably.
Ooh, I got a bunch of those.
I bet. You seem like a guy who wouldn't get rid of them.
Tell me more about this ramp in the backyard.
Oh, I don't know. Just learn to jump it, and then I remember getting fucking iced once at the mud jumps. Like, kind of just went a little hard, and I don't know. You know, first OTB over the bars, and just like didn't even fucking take my hands off. Just melted.
Was it one of those things where you questioned if you're going to keep doing this?
No, not even. I didn't even know I was doing it yet. I was just having fun, and like I went home, and my mom's like all worried, and I just like, you know, ever since I was a kid, you know, they like dab you with like some fucking cotton and rubbing alcohol. I'm just fucking clean it up real quick and keep moving.
That's what I'm saying. Like, just stories like that. It's like when I see little kids like look at us ride. That's why I do like a 180 or bunny hop bar spin, because that could literally change a kid's life.
Oh yeah, facts.
Flatland. That's why I learn one flatland trick. I love doing that. I do it in China all the time, where it's they're watching you. They're right across the street. Do a decade. Boom.
That's especially if it's easy. It's like a go-to. It's like might as well just
get right.
It's not like the assholes that are like 360.
Yeah, it's just random kids like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
That like that Terry Adams story is crazy, where he just drove past like a washer, like where they wash your cars and shit, and he saw a dude flatlanding, and his mom would take him, and they'd watch it, and ever since then, like the dude gave him like a BMX video, and then he bought a BMX bike, and fucking look at Terry Adams now.
Damn.
You know, it's dope.
What if it was Dave Smith?
I think he found him after. I think he looked for him for like 30 years or something crazy.
Really?
He just found him. They did an interview together.
No way.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's dope.
Wow, that's crazy.
I've never met Terry, but I love this.
Oh, he's awesome.
I fuck with his hustle. He's dope.
Yeah,
dude.
he's awesome. He's awesome. What riders did you look up to growing up, Tony?
Plenty of Midwest influential fucking young guys at the time. Koji Kraft was like the first pro.
Shout out to Koji Kraft.
Yeah. Koji Kraft was like the first pro I ever seen. I feel like we're doing like the same interview we did last time.
We don't have to talk. We can talk about whatever you would like to talk about.
No.
Give me you are one of the guys. Okay, if we can go the other route, because you are a guy that has so many stories. Everything from getting chased to getting kicked out of the worlds. You got all kind of stories. Give us some good Tony stories that the kids need to hear as you drink your weed juice. What's that taste like? Let me smell it.
You want to try it?
As he licks the rim.
Yeah, get in there.
You know what that smells like?
No,
Freshly cut grass
You
is
can eat
exactly
everything
what
in
that
here.
smells like.
It's real good. But okay.
Thank you. You just licked the
Actually-
rim out of it. That's kind of.
Well,
Yeah, I'm
Is that
okay.
gonna make you feel weird?
I'm just saying that when it starts getting gross, like
Starts curdling.
yeah, dude, you gotta keep some maintenance going on up top.
When your eyes roll back in your head and you lock your hands
All right,
together.
well, since you guys are talking shit, I brought you guys
Oh, I'm not talking shit on this
some
stuff.
raw superfoods. Anybody who's not aware, it's a superfood supplement out of Arizona that sponsors me. I've been a part of them since it started. John Mata and Joey Mata, two really fucking special dudes from Arizona. Their mom kind of handed down a recipe that started this superfoods green formula, and then over the years, like plant protein powder. This is krill oil. I don't know which one of you probably use this more than
I see a lot of BMX riders that rock this.
Yeah, it started in Arizona. So like at the time, like me, Reed, David Grant, Jeff Weska, a bunch of us just like we got on board to kind of help them like push their new endeavor. And to be fair, man, like this stuff changed my life. It really.
Oh, everybody that I hear talk about that says so. Reed's real big on it too.
Yeah, absolutely. Like
John is a pro skater, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been around forever, so he's like a fucking legend in the Phoenix, Arizona scene and skateboarding. I think But like I said, at a time when I thought that I was like living healthy, and I like realized I wasn't.
Yeah.
This stuff really helped me like turn shit around. Like you just put a scoop of it in something in the morning, water, juice, whatever. And I think that like the mentality of like investing in your health can potentially like kind of change the way you treat your body. You know what I mean?
100% agree.
So like, you buy one of these online, by the way, promo code, you can use Gully at checkout, get 10% off anything in the store. So if you go on there and you buy this shit and it shows up, it's like, and you spent money on it, so like, and it's making you healthy. So,
Yeah.
And I do this too, the days if I go to Salute and I spend fucking $20 on juice and some nice food and a shot of ginger or something, it's like, I'm not going to go dump a bunch of booze on top of
Yeah.
that. I'm not gonna go on like a fucking bender. So like, to me, this like kind of was the starting point for me, like investing time, money, and energy in my health. And from there, I learned how to live a lot healthier, not by just putting a scoop of this in my drink. Like, it literally changed my attitude, changed my outlook on health and nutrition. So, yeah, I had a feeling that just by bringing this, you guys were gonna bring it up. So I just wanted to bring you guys some shit.
Oh, hell
And
yeah.
you guys can just leave it at the fridge here or
Yeah.
something too, you know, like.
And like for me, I will never have a problem spending money on my on food and stuff.
Right.
Health is wealth, you know. So I'll spend mad money on fucking eating and making me feel better because it's just investing in yourself and your body. And without health, you ain't gonna have shit. You can't get that
Absolutely.
money if you fucking sick all the time or even ride or anything.
Well, that's the thing, dude. It's like if you take care of yourself, then yourself can take care of everything you got to take care of. There's a lot, like,
Yep.
all that stuff that's gonna give you pressure, anxiety, and all that. It's like treat yourself good.
Yep.
Like yourself, like you, your mind, you're the people. You as a package is what's gonna tackle whatever you have in front of you. So like think about how you're treating your body
Yeah.
and your mind.
And it's dope too because it's rider owned, skater owned. It's shop small. It's core as fuck. So support local dudes in the scene or whatever. That's the way I
straight
see
up,
it. Support
straight
that
up.
shit.
Yeah, they
This is
sell
what makes
sell
sense.
this shit at fucking Whole Foods,
Yep.
different brands, different labeling.
Yep.
But you can order this shit and support some people that support what we do. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, and yeah, like I said, tell everybody that works here.
taste that.
Everybody that works here, man, just put it in the fridge and fucking rip it.
Gang shit.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Okay, so what? Koji Craft? What were we talking about?
Oh, we were talking about sponsors.
Were we?
Oh no,
I don't remember.
You were talking about Koji
He said
Craft,
he
and
got-
then you said that this is like my
This-
old
yeah,
interview,
I
and I
don't
said, do
remember
what
the
you
old
want to
interview.
do.
Oh yeah, and then you brought up stories. Dude, there's so many stories. I just don't know if I fucking can say.
Have
these.
you ever been attacked by an animal?
Yeah, I got 2 scars actually on my face. I wish I could even tell you whose dog it was, but it was in Tulsa. We were riding these backyard ramps, and I guess we were just riding them too late, and the police came. And like the police weren't even that rowdy, you know. Excuse me. They just came in with their fucking lights, and like their flashlights were wicked bright, and it got the dude had a pit bull, and it was riled up, and I was like basically just like got down on one knee. I was petting it. I was like, "Oh, you're all good. You're chilling," and it was chilling. Like I was vibing with it
Yeah.
before the cops even showed up. So like, it was all good with me. And then I don't even know. Like I don't know if it was like inside or whatever later. And I was like chilling with this dog. I was mad close to it, and I don't even know. I just like went down by its face, you know, and like they're all flappy. So I just like fucking ruffled his face up. Got right here.
Ah,
Yeah.
they do that shit fast.
Bit my
Speaking
fucking
of
face.
which-
2 teeth went in up here, and one what's opposite, but like 2 up here, 1 out here in the nose. I mean, it wasn't anything drastic. I didn't even need stitches, but I do got scars from it.
Well, there you go. And now the world knows you got attacked by an animal. You've been in, I know. Well, again, like you said, depending on what you're able to tell or not, you have some crazy like running away from people's stories, like police, security guards. You've been in some shit. Give me a good security running with the law.
Yeah, I've had a few. It's a fucking shame I haven't been on cops yet, you know?
Well, I don't want you to incriminate yourself.
That'd be sick, though, to be on cops.
It's really easy. Just make a
Yes.
YouTube video, and you can incriminate yourself and like
We
no
can- we
other.
can do it right now
Yeah,
if
you
you
want to be
want.
on cops? We'll throw your ass right up.
I want to
on
be on the real show.
Fuck that shit. People watch TV still.
What is a TV?
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, I just saw recently they're still making cops. Still going down.
That's the only reality television people that don't know what
Because when you're gonna
how to work
bust,
the
when
internet
you're gonna
has.
bust like tweakers that fucking have no money, potentially no address, definitely not showing up to court. It's like you don't even. Do you really even have to have them sign anything to film them?
Apparently in Albuquerque, they said no more cops because it's making the city look so fucking bad.
Oh wow.
So Albuquerque's like, no more. Because Albuquerque was like on every fucking episode. It's so
shit.
bad.
Vegas and Reno. That was all 3 of those cities, man.
Mills
Constantly.
was on 2 or 3 episodes. Ryan Mills.
No way.
Yeah, he talked about it in one of the vlogs we did actually.
Damn. So you got to go to Vegas,
Vegas will suck you in.
Vegas, Reno, or Albuquerque if you want to get on the real deal bad boy.
If you want to die, go to Albuquerque straight up.
We had fun in Albuquerque though in
yeah.
October. It was
Yep.
sick.
You guys killed it. Fit bikes.
Yeah,
Dope.
sort of. That's on a different channel. If you want to see it, seek it out.
Ooh, I like it. What are some of your favorite cities to ride?
Tulsa's sick.
Tulsa's
Yeah.
the flat ledge capital or flat rail
Flat
capital of the
rail
world.
capital. Back then, though, we didn't give a fuck. Flat rails weren't even cool back when I moved there.
How long were you there for?
2 years.
And that was with Ragoich.
Yeah, I lived with Ragoich. And Mitch.
Mitchell.
Young fucking Mitchell out there. And then Drew York. Justin Coble, shout out Coble.
Oh, hell yeah.
So many other I lived with a bunch of dudes while I was out there, and I still keep in touch with everybody. It's sick.
Yeah, what's Drew doing? He was sick.
Drew lives in Milwaukee.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's doing great, man. I saw him. That's an hour north from Chicago. So the last time I was in town, I drove up, hung out with Drew, his new lady, and his dogs and shit. He's just
an artist.
as good as ever. He paints, like he still paints, but not. Obviously he still paints artistically, but he paints homes and shit. He's set himself up with like a little DY Drew York fucking his little business. He just fucking paints banisters and kids' rooms. I don't know.
I had lunch with him last year. He's a G. He was living in Ohio for a little while.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, for the same reason. His lady does news. She's a news. Wouldn't say anchor because she's not like at the desk. She's like a news reporter.
Mm. I feel like I always tell the story on here about Drew. He was doing a rail and he put his hand through
I was there.
a window.
It was fucking insane.
Did you tell that story?
I don't know. I don't think I've ever told. I mean, I've told it.
This is a good one. This is a
I
good
don't know
story.
if I've told it publicly. That one was fucked up. What was it? We're in Tulsa and he's just doing like this. There's actually, remember ETN? Was it ETN?
Yeah, ETN. ETN Network.
No, that's new. That's
Oh,
new.
that's-
See, I'm
that's-
getting
yeah.
confused. What was it? BQNT Banquet.
Banquet. Oh, yeah.
Fucking Banquet. Cosman made a video about this particular incident and interviewed Drew York about it. What happened was he just like tried to do this gap to rail, went over, and there was an old Chevy truck. So like an old truck like that, like they don't have like the safe glass.
Yeah.
It's just fucking, it'll fucking eat you alive. And I swear, man, he just fucking rolled off of it real quick. Just like you would if you fell off your bike and just rolled in the grass and stood up. Like, it didn't seem like it was that bad. We just were like, oh, fuck, he broke the windshield. But what had happened was he put his forearm was what broke the glass, and the glass just kind of did like a, instead of it like shattering or,
Yeah, it's.
or a spider webbing.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean.
It fucking did like a, and that fucking part just went, opened him up, dude, down the tracks, like the wrong way,
It could have straight up killed him.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, he was dying in front of us, dude. He's bleeding out, like right away.
What the?
So cause when we run over there, and I mean, I forget who was Fish and who was Long. I think I might have been Fish, and I ran over there, and maybe it's opposite, but I just remember when I seen the fucking thing, filming was over. It was like, let's get him to the fucking hospital.
You take your guys' shirts off and shit?
Yeah, we tied him up. We drove to the fucking hospital like maniacs, dude. I think it was Miles had a Jeep Cherokee back then.
Was he passing out?
And
or
once we
acting
got
weird?
in the car, I think I kind of was like, there's nothing I can do but film.
Yeah.
So I was kind of filming some of it. And yeah, he's fucking bleeding out. Like to the point where like you walk in and you're like, look at this. And they're like, oh, yeah.
Yes, you're out.
Yeah.
Like, get in.
Oh, dude, he's just draining blood.
He wasn't passing out or anything?
I think he was getting a little woozy, but you're also like in shock.
Yeah, straight up.
Like once you got something on your arm and it's getting fucking waterlogged with blood or it's soaked.
Fuck.
So that was fucking pretty gnarly, dude. And his recovery was also even crazier. And this is a funny story about Tulsa. Is at the time this was the first place we stayed. And I mean, I'll be dead honest, I wasn't even paying rent. I was just fucking crashing. So technically, I was staying there, but I hadn't really moved there. And we were in a 1-bedroom place, I think with like 8 or 9 people. Like it was fucking thick. And then Drew York comes home, and they put his This just reminded me of another story. They put his arm in this fucking swan shape.
Poor dude.
And it's just locked there, dude. And he's living in the couch with 8 dudes.
The worst.
Yeah, he's on fucking meds now. everybody's partying. He can't.
Everyone's
party,
taking his pills, dude.
And everybody's making fun of his fucking arm.
God. Oh my God.
He's not a little dude either, so anywhere he goes, he's like the biggest dude in the room.
Dude,
Fuck,
Drew
dude.
York is built like a fucking bar bouncer.
He's a
Facts.
unit. He is a unit.
Yeah, he'll kick you out of fucking good bar real fast.
Was
But,
that when you guys were filming? Or are you still in your store?
No, well, the end of that is like, obviously, it could go on, and it was hell for him just trying to heal up with like that many
Fuck.
dudes around in such a shitty spot. Like he's not even home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I said, he was just sleeping on the couch too. We were all just visiting.
Right.
But he had like return visits with doctors and shit like that. So he just like stayed in town. Oh, he had surgery, you know, like. And it's funny because like Drew York's like a fucking pirate, right? Or he's all about pirates. Like,
Yeah.
Now he's got this fucking treasure map. Dude. 'Cause when they did surgery on him, you know, the wound was like a certain size, but like, dude, they fucking they opened up his whole arm. His scar is fucking intense.
Ugh.
It is like a treasure map, you know. And they said he'd never ride again, and he's fucking definitely.
I saw a clip of him on Instagram.
Definitely
this
like,
week.
Oh yeah, no, and he definitely like after that like had sponsor changes and other video parts, like
Okay.
maybe not fucking like he had before, but I don't think the injury was holding him back. I think it was maybe just all behind him already anyways. But the funny thing about that is that he was wicked constipated, dude, and when he fucking finally took a shit, dude, he shit a fucking baby arm.
Dude.
And he like, you know those like everybody's had a friend be like, yo, you want to come see my shit? And you're like, kinda.
Was it black?
I don't really remember like textures or colors, but size, dude, this fucker was popping out of the water.
It's anesthesia.
Yeah, I don't know. He didn't shit for like 3 days.
Dude, I
And
know
the
that
boy
feeling.
can eat.
I've never been constipated. When Chris Long came to China, he didn't shit the entire time. He was there for like a week and a half. Didn't shit the entire time because of the toilets at the Big Kane's hostel were in the floor, so he couldn't do it.
He was
Oh,
shit
dude.
in the floor. And
He
shit.
didn't shit all for the whole time he was there.
I bet he was pooping, dude, and just lying.
Fuck.
Low key pinching him out.
No, because Kane was like trying to help him out. Kane got like a bucket and cut a hole in the bucket so he had something to sit on, and Chris wouldn't do it.
Grow up.
You shit in a fucking hole in China.
At some places, like at the hostel, but it's not like a big deal. It's like a clean ass bathroom. It's just instead of a toilet, it's just a hole in the ground.
So you just fucking
Just squat.
squat. What if you have bad knees? You're going to blow out your knee.
No, then you shit your pants.
Do people miss? Like, is it foul or what?
No, because the toilets kind of look like, it's weird, like ground urinals. They're like weird shaped. So, and how it flushes from the front. So whatever you do in there, it just goes down. But you also have to bring a lot of your own toilet paper most places.
Foul.
That's weird. What's your favorite and least favorite country you've been to?
Ooh, that's tough. I don't know. I don't really think I have. It's fucked up to say, but I love Puerto Rico, and that's America. I love Puerto Rico. It sucks that it got all fucked up last year. I don't know, man. I really love Scotland. Like, just
Yeah, you
because
were
I
telling
probably
some
just
good
spent, I probably just spent so much time there. I made the most friends over there, and you know, I just still keep in touch with everybody. Not like regularly, that'd be exhausting, but you know, I'm on good terms with everybody. So like, don't think I've been back to Glasgow since like the BSD days, man. It'd be fucking sick. It'd be so fun to just go see everybody and not take anything seriously and catch up, and you know,
How long were you on BSD for?
7 years.
7 years. That was a wild ride. Let's actually go back even before that, because you were one of the guys in BMX, at least known for the VX creations that you've helped be a part of over the years. 1234, obviously being from what I understand, we're gonna get a 1235.
Yeah, most people probably don't even know about 1234.
Tell us a little bit about it, please.
Well, it's funny because like VXs back then were common, so we weren't shaking any ground by like, hey, check us out with these cameras. Right. That was like we had the good camera at that time, and fuck, things had probably been going on a while. And to be fair, I just wanted to create something with my local scene before I left. It was just getting to the time where I was like, I'm jumping ship. I'm probably never coming back here. And This isn't even. It's funny because like CKY2K is like the main inspiration for 1234, but I think it was probably out for like 6 years. I don't know when that came out. Maybe like 98, 99, and 1234 is like 2005 to it came out in like 2007, 2008. But we filmed for a couple years, and what it was is like what I mean by like the CKY thing is like it was my decision to like I made this video with like my crew from where I grew up. BMXers, skaters, fucking potential alcoholics, future convicts. And like, we just, dude, I documented a couple of summers and some winters. And I mean, dude, it just made our hometown so fun. We created so many memories.
Were the videos obviously like were they like CKY in that there's the action aspect of it, then the lifestyle wild shit?
It was definitely both of that. The only thing I think that we lacked that CKY did was we didn't do any skit stuff. So it was just like, yeah, it was all lifestyle. It was like a BMX skate video, but it was a lot of people were involved that don't ride or skate. You know what I mean? There's girls and shit in it that like from our fucking
There's
teams.
also the guy doing Salvia, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it opens up with Duke Wallace is his alter ego, but John O'Connor, shout out. Sorry, I don't know if this is going to lose your railroad job now or something. Yeah. Oh, Salvia was legal back then. We could prove it.
Is
You'd
it
be
legal
straight.
now?
No, I think it's illegal.
Good.
I don't know.
Yeah, it should be.
But the video opens with this guy.
Yeah, it's the intro as Duke Wallace, self-proclaimed nickname Duke Wallace, smokes salvia and just fucking escapes.
he leaves
not-
Earth. He leaves Earth.
He's seriously not here. He pulls on like this imaginary rope and starts walking on his knuckles.
You ever smoked it?
Yeah, I smoked that night.
Before
were you in the same
or
state?
after.
Oh, dude. What happened when I did it? I was on the couch, and I swear, dude, the couch just sucked me into a black hole. And I was gone for a second, so I stood up. And as soon as I stood up, I was back in the real life for like 3 seconds. And then like one of those orange construction fences that like roll up was just fucking roll me up, dude. And I just kept trying to slide out of it before it fucking anacondaed my ass, and I was done for good. And so everybody like, and you know your friends are just laughing at you try to climb out of like a fucking like a flaming trash can or something. I don't know.
I just think it's funny that like you hit it, and then your body and your brain was like, "I'm gonna give you 3 seconds." You get 3 seconds before the shit hits, boom, and then you're in the carpet.
Oh shit! The first time the first time I ever smoked it was actually in the scrap skate park parking lot.
Oh god.
I can only imagine what else is going down in that parking lot.
Dude, when I first started smoking weed in that parking lot, that's when I started hearing all the stories. Like Mark Relia and like Shuey and like the DGC crew and those dudes back then. Like, I definitely smoked pot with Mark Relia. I don't think I ever smoked pot with like Oliver Leonard or any of those dudes. I don't even know if they did smoke pot. But
What is he doing?
I think they did construction.
Shout out to him.
Yeah, shout out Oliver Leonard and Manual 180s on Flat Ground. But so one night, I used to smoke weed with Andre Villa and Matt Cook and his Buick LeSabre. Andre Villa is not Matt Cook's. Andre Villa, from what I understand, was like an ex-gangbanger that had to like leave his gang and like, you know, they kicked the shit out of him to leave, you know? And now he was like doing inverts and wearing girl pants. And we used to smoke weed in his LeSabre. And one night, it's like, oh, I also have salvia. But dude, when you're 15, you're like, I don't know. What do you got to lose?
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's like, as long as my mom doesn't know when she picks me up, like I'm
What did
down.
they? This is gonna be very educational for the parents out there. What did they say to you specifically to get you over the edge to try it? What did they say it was gonna be like?
Dude, they didn't even have to fucking try. I was down. Just like the first time someone offered me weed, I was like, I see that in movies. Everybody's having a blast. Like, let's go.
Oh my god.
It still goes on today, and I'm like an adult now. I'm just like, God damn it, they make weed look so fun.
All right,
no
so
wonder kids just fucking
Fall off.
go in their fucking dad's fucking jewelry box.
all right, you're 15. They're packing the bong with salvia.
Yeah, no, it's a bowl. Oh yeah, this is why I brought it up, because the first time actually was even crazier. It's raining out, and I'm looking at the fucking windshield, and it just starts writing to me in Japanese. And I don't even know Japanese. All I know is it's just like, is the world communicating with me?
Oh my god.
If it was, I couldn't fucking understand it.
How long did it last for?
I don't know. It's only like 10 minutes, but It feels a lot quicker, I think.
Quicker than 10 minutes?
Yeah. Yeah, when you're inside that shit, it's just blowing by.
What's it like when you come out of it?
Thank fuck, too. Not as bad as like, and I'm like, damn, dude, I haven't done that shit since like before I was even a legal adult.
Yeah, also, kids, keep in mind, this is in the 70s when he did this. It's the salvia on the streets today, if you do it, you'll get pregnant. So do not take salvia.
Yeah, this is a past life. That's how I remember it.
He's
salvia.
an old soul.
No, coming out of salvia, I don't remember. It's weird, but like every time I did it, like the first time I did it, we went back in and I rode scraps. I don't remember. No, but it was done. It was just over. You just go back in.
No hungover, no hangover.
No, I think I was just high.
Were you scared of like jumping the box and going back into that world?
No, but
what if you got those 3 seconds?
I did used to have anxieties where I was like, I never had any worry about my abilities riding while I was high. I loved riding high. It's fucking a blast, right? And I used to get nervous that I would get hurt, and then I'd go to the hospital, and then like my blood results would come back, and my parents were like, "You're high,
you're high, dude, you're
so
high."
It's like that's it. Like, kids, when you're high and you get fucking anxiety, just realize that you're fucking with yourself. It's not real.
It's your brain doing it to yourself.
It hasn't happened yet, and it probably won't. So, just chill.
You're an avid marijuana smoker?
Yeah, I smoke some weed. I don't smoke like I used to though.
Anxiety.
Not so much anxiety anymore. I had 2 like really rough patches with it where like I couldn't smoke for months. It just really fucked me up. But I think that my shit was all stirred up in my head.
Yeah.
Because I didn't feel right even when I was normal,
Yeah.
But that's like deep anxiety can lead to depression. So once you go into depression, it's like you should not be smoking weed. And apparently those 2 times where I was wicked depressed, and I'm like really hard on myself too. So like I essentially prolonged my depression by feeling guilty that I allowed myself to get there. You know what I mean?
Yep,
And it's another big part of like psychology is like, everybody makes mistakes, but if you're going to just beat yourself up, like, dude, you're like the only person who can fucking pick yourself up when nobody else has your back.
Yep.
So imagine being in the place where you just can't even do that. You look in the mirror and you're like, fuck that guy. So it sucks, but yeah, I have felt like dealt with like 2 stints of depression. I could not smoke weed. And then as soon as like you get out of it, it's like, like you fucking fully know when you're back.
Yeah.
It's wild.
I'm glad you touched on that because I know a lot of our viewers go through depression.
Everybody does.
Everybody does.
Everybody does. People don't talk about it. And I mean, a lot of people don't deal with it.
A lot of men don't talk about it. Women are always in each other's feelings, but I think that's why you have so many psychotic dudes that are hitting women and shit because they just have all this emotional baggage pent up, and they don't have anybody to let it out, so they take it out physically or hurt somebody that way.
I feel like women talk about it a lot and don't deal with it.
Exercise helps for sure.
Oh yeah, yeah. Physical exertion, diet.
Diet for sure.
Diet's
Drink
huge.
a lot of water.
Diet's huge, man. Again, to get back to that that's the first time I started worrying about my health. I was depressed. I would have done anything. I would have done anything to feel normal, and that's why I had to stop smoking weed. I wasn't drinking at the time. I cut out all the female relationships I was dealing with at the time. Like I had to like go back and start from scratch. I realized like what is making me feel this way. And again, it sucks to say, but no matter how long that fucking hole lasts, dude, it's you.
Yeah.
It's all you. It's all in your head.
It was events just causing it?
Yeah, events and just like stuff around me. You know what I mean? Like there's like hereditary alcoholism in my family and stuff. So like during all of it, like I realized that I was like starting to drink more to make me feel better. And then I was like, oh shit, I can't go that route. And then like went that route and then was like, oh, well, I'm a piece of shit alcoholic. Like I fucking hate myself, and just like alcoholic's a depressant. So it's going to stimulate you for the first half. And then if you're not happy, dude, the second half, you're done. Like you're going to hate yourself. And I mean, would never even deny like suicidal thoughts, all types of gnarly shit, So like when I got into this shit, man, I said, dude, I spun around and I fucking remember when I felt good again. I was actually at the OSS house in Long Beach when I came out of the first time.
Really?
Yeah, I was living in Illinois. I moved out of my folks' place to kind of get away from some shit that was going on there, and I moved in with my brother, who fucking, he'd do anything for me to this day, but I gotta pay homage to him for back then letting me, like, they had a room that they were paying for already, and like they didn't have a roommate, so it was kind of like, you can move in, you don't have to pay just yet, you know, but you'll have to.
Yeah.
And so like I moved in, and I think I did a few months there, and then I just started traveling again. And at this point now I was paying rent, so like I don't even know who came at each other first, but I eventually phoned up a friend of mine, BZ, back home, who is a friend of my brother's, but we're mutual friends. So I was like, hey man, I'm not coming back. You want to rent my room? And he was like, fuck yeah. And it helped him and it helped me. And then I stayed on the couch at the original OSS house.
Stanley Cripps.
Yeah, so that was when it all happened. And next thing you know, I was just riding every day, good weather. I was around positive people, hanging out with Nair. I remember Drew visited at that time. Yeah. It was like me, David Grant Reed. Fuck man, I don't even remember the day it turned, but one day I just was like, fuck, I'm feeling fucking great again.
That's awesome. Well, I think that,
and I started smoking weed again too, like without even thinking about it, you know,
Yeah.
like started having fun again, and you know, it's crazy.
that's gotta be,
life is crazy.
Well, that had to be a defining moment in your life. That moment of realization where you're like, fuck, I did it. Like,
yeah,
it's turned off.
Absolutely. And I mean, I remember even telling myself I'd never go back there. Never. I was like, oh man, I never felt stronger in my life, because I was like, dude, I'll never have to go back to that place in my mind, because now I know that it's just fictitious.
It's just in your mind.
It's fake. Yeah. It's like,
Yep.
it's like
It's all in your head.
it's like you playing a con on yourself. Your mind, like, it's like you just trying to trick yourself into fucking something, like I said earlier, that hasn't happened yet and probably won't. So,
How,
and it's just for everybody out there, I fucking have been back there.
So was it harder to get through? Was it
That's
harder
tough.
was it harder to get through the first time or the second time? Because you already kind of knew what to do the second time, or?
Honestly, the second time was a little bit harder because I was a little bit harder on myself. I was a little bit older, and again, you know, I was just like, wow, really? How'd I let this fucking happen? You know, and just went. It basically, I remember when it started, and I was like, okay, I can't get as bad as last time. Like,
Yeah.
I'm having panic attacks and like anxiety, but like I can't slip over into the depression.
Yep.
You know, and man, fuck, it happens, dude. It's fucking tough. It's really
It's
hard.
life.
yeah.
You know, it's just like when you're thinking about growing up and you're thinking about all this fucking shit coming at you, like, it's like we said, everybody feels it. And the reality was, it, man, is like, I never showed it.
Yeah.
It was never like,
Well, nobody ever wants to show it.
Yeah.
You know?
with my great friends, dude,
Yeah.
we talk about it all day.
Yep.
I love talking with my friends. It's honestly one of the healthiest things that you could do. If anybody out there also, like, anybody feeling that way, dude, tell your friends.
Yeah, talk
sure.
about that
Your
shit.
friends
For sure.
Your friends are not gonna hate you because you're sad. If anything, they're probably gonna be like, dude, I get sad.
Yeah, hell
And
yeah.
then next thing you know, fucking, dude, talking helps a lot.
Oh, for sure. And some
Yeah.
people don't have anyone to even talk to. And then, like I said, then that's pent up. And those are the ones that are like,
On Instagram, like, I fucking hate my life.
yeah,
Blah, blah,
yeah.
like,
And it's
talk,
like, yeah,
talk.
talk to somebody.
Oh no, and that's true. Like, people will be like, oh, what a cry for help. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
they're fucking.
That's the last resort. I always
They
tell
need
kids,
somebody.
if you're feeling depressed, DM me and I will make you smile. It doesn't.
Absolutely.
It's so easy to do that.
Likewise for me. If anybody, yeah, shout out. I'll fucking give you some words.
Yeah. So if you guys are out there dealing with depression, it's even pro BMX riders
It's
like
dead
this
real.
guy
It's
get it.
just dead real, man. Yeah, dude, everybody fucking gets it. You think Justin Timberlake's never fucking banged some chick who fucked his head up?
Dude, everybody. It is a human thing.
Come on.
This is very true.
Even JT.
Who,
Probably.
when they make a movie about your life, who is gonna play you?
I don't know.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
I'd love to get into film.
Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I think I could
I want to
definitely see
get into film because it's like truly like the second. It's like it's the runner-up of things I'm most passionate about in my life aside from BMX. And I mean, I guess I would have been into movies no matter what, whether I rode or not. But like the fact that like starting to ride BMX, picking up a camera, that's the only reason why I think I may transition down that road eventually.
Have you ever fucked with skits? Like, so you did said like 1234. You guys like it's the CKY.
Yeah, no
You guys
skits
are
back then, but since then, plenty.
Yeah,
Lots of them.
you love it.
Yeah, I like it, dude. It's fun to like come up with. I wish we did it more. You know, to be. Let's see, like, what's the most? I think the most recognizable
fit stuff?
one is the fit horror picture.
Yeah.
We did the fit horror
Yeah.
picture.
Yeah,
and it was like a
I
full.
for- yeah, okay, yeah.
It's like a 20-minute full length mixtape, whatever. It was released online, and it just has a skit. It has an interlude skit thing, written skits that I wrote and directed in between each part, you know, and like obviously spending time in the van with these dudes, you get to know how they are, so you kind of like could write something that they would say. But yeah, I'm pretty sure like almost everything that's said in those skits is like was on paper at one point, you know.
I love your vision, dude. Like all those complete bike videos you made were so fucking sick.
Thank you.
Like your vision, I think you did the best for Fit
Well,
to make it
cheers.
look so sick, dude. You're one of my favorite filmers ever,
Thank
and
you.
your vision and everything. Like I've always wanted to do something with you, and everything you've done, like Young and Reckless, all the Fit shit, all
Young
the
and
videos.
Retarded.
Yeah, young. Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
yeah,
right,
Yeah,
Young
but
and
it's supposed to,
Retarded.
yeah, Young
Yeah.
Retarded. I saw it, I was like, holy shit, Malouf is on another level, and then I see all these Fit shit, like. You revamp Fit, in my opinion. Like, just, I would love to see a movie that you'd make.
Cheers. Yeah, I mean, me and my brother we've been attempting to write a movie for years. And I mean, the plot and everything is basically there. We used to, my family used to have a batting cage miniature golf course in our family. Not from like since I was born. Like my dad bought it at one point. It was a good business venture and we ran it. Like he kind of tried to give it to us, you know? We ran it for a few years, but to be fair, like, that's not what we were trying to do. And then when my brother went to college and I started traveling to ride, my mom took over, and it was not good for my mom. And my dad was not retired yet, still working his full-time job. I mean, this place pulled in fucking dough. Miniature golf batting cage place, dude. You just pay your employees and you pay electric, and you probably some fucking city shit.
And you're probably only open 6 months out of the year.
yeah, and you make enough.
Damn.
Yeah. So place was cool. Hired all my friends. I mean, dude, just picture what could have
Oh
gone on.
my God. What was the name of
Oh,
it?
dude, people smoked salvia there on the clock.
Goddamn,
And
Selma.
that's
On the clock.
And that's not even a fucking lie. You know, and I dropped out of high school, so like I'd be working and I was managing the place, and like teachers would like roll up on dates, and it's like back then you think your teacher's all old. He's probably like 26. He's trying to bang. Bring some bitch to the
Smoking
minute.
salvia with
Yeah, dude,
teacher.
he looks at me. He's like, "What are you up to?" I'm just like, "This, dog." And he's just like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna work at a miniature golf place your whole life?" I'm like, "Dude, I fucking manage this place already." Fuck you.
That's all. Did you go back and get your GED?
No. What for?
Yeah.
He doesn't need it.
You don't need it in BMX. You got a vision. I
Yeah,
fucks
he's a
with it.
vision. His vision.
That's good. That's
He's an
good.
artist, a real artist.
Dude, you know how many times I've applied for jobs and told them I've graduated college? Not
Yeah,
even
that's what
high
I do.
school?
They don't check that shit.
Hell no.
They
Fuck
don't check
that.
it. What's the worst job you ever had?
I worked at a dry cleaner. Dude, I worked security at the Arlington Heights racetrack, the horse track.
Goddamn.
Dude, fuck, you could write a movie about that.
Dude, you
I
should.
just envision lots of Irish and Italian gangsters.
Lot of short people.
Us.
Hey,
Jockeys.
gang shit.
Oh,
gang
yeah,
shit.
jockeys.
Gang.
We're mutants back there, dude, compared to a jockey.
Jockeys are weird.
Yeah.
Like they're like I'm a weird. I get weird looks because I'm almost a midget. But they're like, you're born to be a jockey.
Yeah.
Like when they come out, they're like, oh, he's gonna be a jockey.
Yeah, you're like
They're
a dwarf
Yeah,
that
like
doesn't
a little.
have dwarf features.
So like a little ape. Does anybody know any jockeys?
No, but there's a whole documentary about it, how they struggle with anorexia.
You should be a
Fuck
jockey
off.
for a Halloween.
Yo, that's a video. Let's get you to be a jockey, dude.
That's.
Let's do it.
It's just we go to
We bet on you.
And we go to the dog park and I just try and ride people's dogs. We pretend I don't speak English.
God
I
damn.
make up my own language.
So they don't eat? What? So
Dude, no,
they
they're
want to stay like fucking 80
Anorexic,
pounds?
because that's every pound fucking matters, you know?
Dude, I wonder how much they
So they
weigh.
die.
They're like
they die.
they're
Yeah,
like
yeah, I actually
Yeah.
have heard that. I've heard that. That's insane.
I want to. They're like
just
like
fucked.
right at 100. They can't be more than like 110 pounds.
Can't be more than that.
That's outrageous. Yeah, I'm curious to see how much maybe they weigh. Maybe it's less.
I wonder
Let's
what that
go.
Because,
pays.
dude, a fucking... Some girl who's like 5'10" at the bar could weigh 110.
What do you think a jockey makes? I'm
Probably-
sure they bang.
probably
Fuck
good.
yes. Fuck yes, they fucking.
Probably bread. So what I was gonna say about the backstretch there, because I worked security in the backstretch, and that's what I'm saying. Is like, dude, when you go to the racetrack and there's all these fucking women in their fancy hats and fucking day dresses and shit, like, dude, the backstretch is like fucking Mexico.
Really?
118
dude.
and 126, anywhere from 118 to 126 pounds.
Oh damn, those dudes, they must be pretty fucking strong.
How
man.
much do you weigh? Let me guess. You're about
45.
Nah, he's lighter than that. He's about 132.
I don't think I've ever broke 140.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm like a 129 to 135 fluctuator.
Did you lose weight when you started eating better?
I don't really pay attention to my weight, so I don't know. I do know that the most I probably ever weighed was just before that first stint of depression, and we were filming for BSD Any Which Way. Dude, I look fucking chunky.
Oh yes, you don't know what chunky is. Motherfucker, I almost weigh 200 pounds, bro.
Dude, I
what
saw a photo
the fuck,
of you
dude?
the other day.
North.
Oh,
That's
that
North,
photo's
I
amazing.
saw a photo of you the other day. You know what I'm talking about?
With the dreads?
With the girl?
Yeah, amazing.
dude. Yeah, that shit's crazy.
That came out too late. That would have been the best Valentine's card ever.
dude, the best.
Oh my God.
Ever.
Dude, that's when I was depressed though. When I gained like almost, I was like 190. I blew out my knee and I didn't
yeah.
ride for like 2 years. I was just drinking 40s and fucking pinporters alcohol.
Yeah, and just not doing anything.
Sitting at the
Yeah.
skate park with zippered pants. What did you do for Valentine's Day? You and your girl have been together a while. Did you do anything nice for Valentine's Day last week?
Oh man. Argued.
Oh my god.
Oh, she beat your ass for that one.
Yeah, I don't know. She'll never listen to this. It doesn't matter.
She won't listen to a podcast that you do. Do you tell her?
Not a chance. Oh, yeah, she'll see it. I don't know, but there's no chance she's gonna give it a go.
It's weird that
She sat in on the no jumper one I did. She was there, so I mean, she didn't really have to go back and listen to it.
It's weird. Like, there's a line that like girls or significant others don't really even care to cross. Like, they'll go to events and like watch shit, but I don't think most girls even give a fuck
They don't
about
give
what
a
we're talking
fuck.
about.
It's
yeah.
funny, but like when we first started dating, I'd be like, "Oh, I'm going to a movie, like a video premiere. You want to go?" And she'd be like, "No." And I'd be like, "Yeah, fuck yeah." I'm like, "She's the fucking one." You know, she's not gonna be like, "You never take me to jams." Like, what do you want to go to a fucking jam for?
Some girls are into BMX though. My girl loves
Yeah,
BMX.
but girls are into like supporting you, and that's why they go. And then you go to a jam and they just get hit on by like 80 dudes
Dude.
that don't know that it's your girlfriend.
I'm not
Yeah,
gonna,
oh,
I'm not gonna
yeah.
say that name, but this dude flew out a girl out here, and we went to the S&M jam. They've been dating for like a week or something. Go to S&M jam. You see her trying to hook up with every fucking bike rider ever, and it's the worst. I felt so bad for the dude.
Didn't a bunch of people like make out with LZ's girlfriend, now wife, at a Sparky's jam?
What?
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't hear about this. Who made out with
It's
it?
out there.
Really?
Yeah, like
Who?
LaShawn and a couple other dudes.
What?
If I'm wrong,
Oh my
fucking
god! I
that's-
mean, this is well.
I
This
don't
is
know about that.
yeah. This is just make sure that it's hearsay. It's hearsay. You heard
yeah,
that.
yeah.
It's
I
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah, he's not even in BMX anymore. Who
Allegedly.
cares? Jeez, dude. Good luck with your podcast. You guys are know.
I'm friends with
You guys are
everybody.
gonna censor
I love
both.
LZ. I fuck with LZ.
Oh, I got nothing against them. Just, you know,
Yeah,
don't
mate.
bring your girlfriend to the jam. Oh, so what I was saying is, in the beginning, my girlfriend was like, "Fuck BMX events," and I was like, liked her for that. I saw it as a positive. But then, like, now we're like dating for 3 or 4 years. I'm like, "Hey, will you come with me somewhere?" And she's like, "Fuck no!" And I'm like, "God damn it!" I'm like, "I don't want to go. Just
Yeah,
come with
just
me.
come.
Yeah, you're my fucking excuse to be in and out." You
Yep,
know?
I feel you. I don't like going to BMX things at all, really.
What's the best BMX thing you've ever been to in your life?
I'd like to say, Baco.
Which one?
Any of the Jellystone ones.
Explain to the kids out there what this Baco is.
Ooh. First of all, I doubt it's online because it's like a Blu-ray. Go buy it though. Go
Yeah.
buy Baco 11.
Baco 11 or the Baco box set?
It is the Baco box set. It has
Yeah.
all of them.
Yeah.
So that will tell you right there. It's a video series of some fucking degenerates from the Midwest, and there was 10 videos, and I don't even know how long a span, but
92, 93, maybe before that.
till when? Up until Baco 10 came out when I was riding.
Yeah.
They're still alive. They'll never die.
Yeah.
Yeah. So essentially it was like a crew, which is like no different than the Gully Factory or any other. So I wasn't like watching Baco videos grow up. I found out about Baco through the jams, the contests, right? And I think Ratty Fest was probably before the first Baco I ever went to.
Oh wow, okay.
And then they started doing them at Jellystone, and I mean, fuck.
Jellystone is this little campground in the outskirts of like the Dells. Isn't it?
It's like
Wisconsin
it's
Dells?
basically Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin. It's Yogi Bear National Park.
Yeah, Yogi Bear
which
National Park.
National Park is a fucking stretch.
Yeah, it's,
It's a fucking trailer park with like a water slide.
but yeah, one water slide and a skate park. Skate park's dialed though.
The skate park was really nice. They had a concrete bowl, which wasn't cheap, guaranteed, and
Right.
the rest of it was True Ride, which was like, I mean, today even still probably the best prefab
For sure.
ramps you can ride. Back then, nobody was complaining about fucking prefab parks, especially True Ride, which was, it was only prefab because they fucking cut everything in a warehouse. Like those parks were custom.
Yeah.
It wasn't like the Woodward parks where it was like choose a couple quarter pipes and set them up, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This park was good, and most of the True Ride parks back then, none of them were ever alike.
Right.
You know, they
I always
must have-
thought they make good like 6 and 8 foot quarters.
Oh yeah,
You could blast those.
their 6-foot minis are fire
Yep.
too, just like at Ghetto Park has.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Ghetto Park has like basically an identical mini ramp of the prefab park that I grew up riding.
Oh hell yeah! What
Yeah.
park did you grow up riding?
Well, besides Scrap, like probably around 2003, 2004 is when a bunch of parks started popping up in Illinois. Like, dude, every fucking city started to have a park.
Yep.
You know, it was just, I don't know what happened. It was just, dude, honestly, it could have been the fucking contractors or the dudes selling these parks, which probably just going to cities and being like, you need this. This is like having a playground.
It's a modern day playground.
Yeah.
It's always a good investment for
And,
cities.
and when we would catch wind of something like that going down, we would go to those meetings and hype it up.
Oh, I'm sure that had a lot to do with it.
And in cities we didn't even live in, you know, they'd be like, "Oh, do you live here?" I'd be like, "Yeah."
That's
They're gonna-
awesome.
Like you were like 15 back in 2000, like you don't even have an ID. So like we just run it and get every city was getting parks, and so my favorite park. Well, I guess the park that I rode outside of Scrap, there's a park in Mount Prospect, which is one town over from Prospect Heights where I grew up.
Okay.
And funny though, it was like there was a time where my old man was on the parks board in Prospect Heights, and there was like talk of making a skate park in Prospect Heights and like naming it after
No
me.
way.
Yeah, because the recreation center in Prospect Heights is named after my uncle, who I talked about in the No Jumper podcast, but he was an Olympic gymnast and he passed away at a young age and was from Prospect Heights, so they named the recreation center after him. And so
Same last name?
No, my mother's brother, so it's Gary Morava.
Rest in peace, Gary.
Yeah, my older brother's named after him, and so I don't know. It was just at one point, you know, they were kind of like, "Oh, wouldn't it be crazy like build a skate park?" It's his nephew. He's also like an athlete,
A shredder.
as they fucking wanted to look at it. But yeah, Mount Prospect Park. It's right by my crib. Grew up riding it. It was the best thing to fucking have it. And to be fair, like when it was built, I was already like, I think I was already pro or definitely sponsored. So the park's a fucking mess. Like it was not built by True Ride. It's not prefab. It's a concrete park. I don't even think they're concrete or skate park contractors. Like the place is fucking, everything runs into each other. And it's wild, but when you're an experienced rider, dude, you can go ride. I've gone back year and year after I left, like moved away. And there's always something to ride there that's new because it doesn't work. It's almost like half park, half street.
I like
It's
parks
kind
like
of like
that.
half street, like, you know. So if you're creative and you can use it, I bring people there all the time, and it's just
They
like,
love it?
They always find something weird to do that I'm like, oh, I never saw that, but it's like someone else sees it, and then it's like, oh fuck, it's like unintentionally built for that. You know what I mean?
Fucking minds.
Yeah, and I know that I was definitely traveling already when that happened because I couldn't go to the meeting when they had a meeting to do the plans, and like some fucking rollerbladers went, and
They got it named after them.
it's named after nobody. It's just
So you still got a chance.
dude, I'd be down. There's definitely loads of little fucking properties they could just chuck a skate park in Prospect Heights.
There you go. Oh, back to
And I'll go
Baco.
there and fucking cut the ribbon. You know what I'm saying?
Make a film about that bitch.
We got off on a tangent. You were talking about Baco. No, that's what we were talking about.
Oh, dude, speaking of making films, yeah, Baco is sick, but...
Speaking of making films, continue.
Yeah, do you remember the backstretch I was going to talk about at the horse track?
Oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah, Jesus.
Dude, temporary housing, like, mostly illegal immigrants. You know what I mean? It's like, remember I was talking about short people?
Yeah.
Speaking of soccer, dude, bunch of short Mexicans that fucking, and I'm not hating. This is just reality. I was blown away. I was super young when this happened. They're all illegal, working in the back. They get temporary.
Working in the stables.
In the backstretch. They work on the horses.
Okay.
And they do fucking all this shit. Crazy shit. And like I said, I'm security. So when I got this job, dude, I was like, oh, I'm going to be sitting in a fucking booth chilling. And I was. I had the one post. One of my posts was just chilling at like the gate where cars pull up and you just make sure they have a sticker. Fucking wave them on. I'd be smoking little chillums in there, dude, just
Salvia.
getting higher than fucking El Toro. And my other post was like driving this little S10 around, dude. When you're doing the S10 work, this S10 seat was fucking blown out. And I'm 5'6" and an eighth, so if you round that up, that's
You're 5'5".
That's 5'7". But I had to put my clipboard under my ass just to fucking see in this S10.
I call that a clipboard.
Oh my God.
That fucking, it's like a taint fucking kiddie stool. But I was like, dude, you're like policing this area where all these dudes live, and like, dude, they're like it's worse than apartment complexes, dude. One of the times, so this dude that I worked with was also, Mexican, Spanish, spoke Spanish, and he fucking...
That just because they speak Spanish doesn't mean they're Spanish.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what he was.
Oh, he was speaking Spanish,
Yeah, I
though.
was kind of playing it safe.
Tony's the security for the Mexican cartel horse racing team.
Dude, it gets crazy because
I can't wait to hear this.
my mom still has a photo of me in my security uniform.
What was the name? What was like your official title? The security company or what was it called?
Oh, I don't know. I don't
Top
think we
Flight.
had them. Yeah, it was Top Flight.
Top
we,
Flight
We
security.
made those jokes. We know. But I don't know. My mom's the photo she has of me like in my security outfit. Like it was a clip-on. So like I had the clip-on like I had the shirt unbuttoned like one, and then I had the clip-on just resting there. I look like the fucking chillest security guard you'd ever come
The
across.
biggest snitch ever.
Oh no, dude! I'd let you go. I'd look to see if I could get in trouble. You're good. But so again, this dude who was kind of like taking me around, like he spoke Spanish. So every once in a while, we get in these altercations where we were literally like police. Think of it like like a movie studio where like you're on the lot,
Yeah.
and there's these big fucking gates and shit. Like that's how it was. Like you can't get in the back where millionaires have horses.
Right.
It's like a big fucking deal to be back there. And that's why I say that you could write a movie about this, because it was fucked up enough in real life.
Guaranteed.
To where like if you exaggerated and stretched the truth, maybe pulled in some other stuff from other stories you've heard, like you could write a crazy ass story about the backstretch of any fucking horse racetrack USA.
Yeah, because the bookies know what's wrong with the horse or shit like that, right? They can't know all this shit because there's a lot of money and gambling invested in this shit.
I just think that there's a lot of money going on back there, and that's why, maybe you're like, and it's Arlington Heights racetrack is super old, so maybe there's probably some city. I'm saying that there's probably like a conspiracy where like it's so much money that they can get away with all this shit. They got illegals back there, people fucking living in like one of the times. That's what I'm saying. Is like one of the times we went in there, and we were busting this dude for selling beers one can at a time, and he was literally just sitting on a fucking cooler with a like blanket over it, and then another case next to that, and he was like putting beers into the cooler to keep them cold and selling the cold ones, and had another stack right here, and he's selling it by the beer. And we came around, and like I said, dude, they're talking in Spanish. I don't know what the fuck they're saying, but it was the first time where I was like, what the fuck is my job, dude?
Yeah.
Like we're policing like an illegal community
Yep.
that nobody knows about. Like I lived in this fucking city like my whole life. Never knew that this place existed, and it was huge back there. And then I started to realize too, it's like you could see it from the 53. So you'd be like driving on the 53, and now that I knew that it was there, I'd be like, oh fuck, dude, you could see into it. But still no one knew what the fuck it was.
It's still there?
Yeah, dude, that racetrack is fucking
Pulling in
killing
money.
it.
Pulling in money.
Killing it. I saw the fireworks there last year, like, cause they bust off the fireworks on July. But so yeah, other crazy shit happened. Like, we bust this dude, we confiscate his beer. This dude screams at him. You know what I mean? I'm just like, what the fuck? And he's like, yeah, you can take some of that beer home if you want. And I'm like, dude, I'm 17. Fuck yeah. How much can I take?
Party at Tony's house.
I didn't drink back then either. I gave it to all my homies.
That's a good fucking friend.
Good boy.
What else happened? We busted a dude for weed, took his weed, and the dude was like, you want some of that weed? And it was just dirt, dude. I was like, I'm straight. I got plugged.
He's like, you got any salvia?
Hey, you want some of this mids? I'd be like, no, you want some fucking 6.2 grade salvia?
Oh my god.
And then another time, this is the wildest one, and like, dude, like I said, you could fucking make some stories up though and just place them back there, and like, dude, it could be True Detective season 4. It's fucking gnarly. There was like a knife fight over a soccer game. That's why I brought up soccer
Holy
earlier.
fuck.
Over soccer.
That shit's real, man.
Yeah.
Football.
Dude just like comes through like on the walkies and is like, I'm picking you up. We got to go to the soccer fields. Like, there's a knife fight. I'm just like, dude, fuck this job.
Wow.
Fuck this. I made good money though. Oh, the other thing is it was 12 on, 12 off. Half the week. So you'd literally work 3.5 days, 12 on, 12 off. So every day you'd switch with somebody. Like, you'd literally, like, for 3 days, I'd be leaving, homie would be coming in, and we would switch 12-hour shifts.
Wow.
Yeah. And it was like, back then it was like already like 15 an hour. It's fucking money.
How do you
Damn.
get the job?
I was referred by somebody. I honestly can't even remember. It was like some weird friend of mine from school who didn't ride. Their dad was like, oh, I can get you an interview. And like, next thing you know, I had the interview. Next thing you know, I had the job.
And you were there for how long?
I think I just did a summer.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Time, shit.
No, it was perfect. It was like, I think it was like the first like real like 40 hours a week job I ever had. Like, you know, those 12 on, 12 off, 3.5, half the week. And I had half the week off. And I worked these crazy hours. You know, it was just like that time where I kind of felt a little bit of pride, where I was like, oh, I'm working, I'm earning my own money. When I get off, if I want to go smoke weed or go ride the park, I had the freedom to do whatever I want because I was doing what I needed to do during the day.
Yep.
And I dropped out of high school. So like making money at that time was super important. I didn't have any support from my folks because I dropped out.
Yeah. It makes you appreciate riding too after work.
Oh man, that's
You're
the
like,
best.
fuck yes.
Yeah, when you're just like, I'll just go ride the park for 3 hours. Like, you don't have to put any pressure on yourself. Like,
Just chilling.
that's when you're just going to have a good
Fun.
time. Yeah.
When's the last time I picked your bike up the other day, and it is a fucking piece of shit.
It is dust.
When's the last time you, well, you just dropped the roof edit. Mm-hmm. That was, how long ago? That was like 3 weeks ago.
I don't know.
It was dope.
I think it came out after the new year.
When's the last time you actually rode?
Rode my bike?
Yeah, doing tricks, because I know you can't do any tricks on that damn bike.
Chill.
It's on its.
And your wrist was fucked up too, right?
My wrist was fucked up after that part for a little bit. Yeah. I mean, my wrist was fucked up for nearly the second half of that part. Like, I filmed a lot of it with a hurt wrist. It's just,
Who made that one?
I didn't have a choice. Sauce filmed it. Stefan filmed some stuff. Began filmed some stuff. And I edited it.
Who's your favorite person to film with?
Really don't have one. Probably Westcott.
Yeah.
I could trust Westcott. I've been filming with him a long enough time, and we're close enough friends that I could, like, you know, tell him right away, like, yo, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Do this.
Where did the concept come from? Did you did you have it obviously planned that this was, you were going to do all roof stuff, or did it just kind of work out that way, or did you just?
No, there were other clips that got cut that weren't roof clips. And then one clip that stayed in that wasn't a roof clip just because I liked it. But the initial concept was never to like film a whole roof part. That's just everything I had on my list.
What does it feel like to ride your bike off a roof?
Dude, it was a lot more exhilarating when I was younger.
Yeah. She gets fucked up.
Yeah, it's weird, and I don't like to admit it, but I don't like being on people's shit anymore. You know, maybe I just had too long of a break between doing it, but like, I mean, they're absolutely right. People come out and they're like, "What are you doing on your roof?" And I'm just like, "Yeah, dude, what the fuck am I doing?"
Your last clip, the toboggan, there's so much traffic. It looked like everyone was watching you.
Oh yeah, that one was chill though, because it was like a Salvation Army. Like, businesses don't bother me as much as residential.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if you watch that edit, there's a clip where I do a caveman into a storm door, and like,
Shit's fire.
I freaked out in my head up there. You know what I mean? Like I was like looking at the spot, was like, oh, I got this, but you know, whatever. Let me just like think about it for a moment, and then to the left was like this man or woman's window was open, you know, and I could hear them watching TV and kind of like rustling around. So I'm like, fuck. Like, I don't want them to hear me. So I'm kind of like, hey, is everybody ready? Is everybody ready? And then I'm just like, and it's fucked up to think, but it's like what I was saying about making shit up in your head. And I'm like, God, I'm like all ready right now. And I just, in my mind, pictured like a fucking tiny gun barrel coming out through the blinds and just fucking shooting me. And I was like, who wouldn't do that? Like, I mean, Matt, like some crazy fucking guy, like see somebody, like that's like home invasion.
In
dude.
LA,
yeah.
yeah.
If you were ready,
Texas, no way I'm doing that shit.
if you were ready for a home invader and I came and cavemaned off your fucking banister, then it's like, it just went through my mind, and I looked at everyone, was like, ready? And they're like, yeah. I was like, dude, I'm done up here.
And you kind of and you feel fucked up doing it too, because you're like, this is somebody's fucking house. But anything industrial, anything, I don't give a fuck. I'll do it. But it's somebody's house. I'm like, fuck, man. Like,
a lot of that part is residential shit.
Yeah.
You know, so like, fuck.
apartments, I don't care.
Yeah, apartments are different.
Yeah.
You know, like, obviously you could be like, yo, you don't own it.
Yeah.
Like, they're gonna be like, you're gonna kill yourself, and it's like, cool, then I'll sue your landlord.
Yeah.
Which I won't anyway.
Yeah. It's like,
Because I got to get to the ER and fix my body.
yeah, we're not trying to blow BMX out by suing.
Yeah.
We're just trying to ride our bikes and get clips.
Yeah, dude, I can't even fucking fill my gas tank. How am I gonna hire a lawyer?
What's the most of
kidding.
what's the most public destruction you've ever done?
He wants to be on cops. Let's do this.
Oh yeah, come and get. Public destruction. I don't know. I used to tag when I was a kid. Stupid, especially in
see
the
that.
northwest suburbs. Like hella stupid, but fun.
What do you think of the current state of BMX right now? You think there's too much of something, not enough of something?
I don't know. I wouldn't exactly lean one way like everybody wants to think.
Yeah.
Like it's not shit.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking dope. I think it'll always be dope.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah, and it's super fun, and you know, it's like if you're doing it to fucking get somewhere other than like maybe out of your state or out of your mom's fucking living room, like fuck it, dude. Like it's supposed to be fun. It's all about the ride and like how you perceive the world through BMX. Like I fucking basically BMX was like my best class in life. You know?
That's how you learn.
Yeah.
Mistakes teach you things.
Yeah.
What advice do you have to any kids?
Hanging out
you've
with
been
fucking 70-year-olds when you're like fucking
good-looking 70-year-olds.
hanging out with fucking senior citizens doing dope in parking lots when you're like 15, you learn a lot.
Smoking salvia at the parking lot of Hoffman Estates,
Yeah, with former gangbangers.
Illinois. Like looking back, and I've known you forever, and I love stories like yours where, you know, I'm able to watch, or anybody's able to watch somebody go from, you know, this 16-year-old BMX rider with stars in his eyes to working in the industry, riding for major sponsors. Did you ever think it would be like this? Did you anticipate this? Was this all planned? Is it working out the way you planned it?
It never is, and it always does at the same time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of like going on a trip. It's like you can have, you know, like preconceived, what am I looking for here? Anticipations for like somewhere you've never been.
Yeah.
Right? And then you go there and you travel there and you're like, it's nor good or bad.
Right.
But it's never going to be how you imagined it, like while you're packing, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I hope it's going to be like this. And like you do, like with your thoughts, you also get visions, you know? So like it never looks or ends up the way you do, whether it's good or bad, you know? So like in terms of like a BMX career, there was a point where I wasn't sure if it was ever going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that when it started, like the longer I prolonged and the longer I was able to do it, you started to like, just like life, you realize that like you're in the driver's seat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
And I think it's interesting.
I still could have never predicted where I am right now, but at the same time, like I kind of feel like I got myself here.
Did you always know you'd be riding or involved in riding somehow?
Yeah, man. Like one of the weirdest things like I've ever thought about in my life since I like became an adult and knew who I was like, holy shit, could I ever quit riding? Like in the fact, like you know, I'm getting fucking high or something, and
Hitting that salvia in the garage.
yeah, low key packing a bowl, but like sneaking a couple flakes of salvia in while your buddy's not looking. And they're like, "Yo, you good?" You're like, "Dude, what if I quit tomorrow?"
But I think it's interesting. BMX is such a constantly changing animal, and just you two, your come up, no pun intended, has been very different, and there's no real blueprint to be a BMX rider. What advice do you have, obviously with all the connections that you have and being involved in the industry as long as you have, what advice do you have to the 16-year-old kid out there that's putting out Insta clips every couple of days because he's trying to get put on, he wants to get noticed, he wants a company to see him?
I would say focus on what influences you. Don't try to copy anything. Emulate something. Make sure that you're being influenced. If it grabs you, it gets a hold of like your attention, then it means you like it, and you're gonna. Some people don't naturally apply that to like their life, and some people it just like happens.
Right.
But I would say focus on what influences you, and it could be a YouTuber or a street rider or an OG or just a local dude. Like we know how impactful the local
yeah. Oh, yeah.
the local dudes are like the first ones that kind of grab you, and they might not be shit, but they're the shit at your park.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like so just remember that when you're looking down, like if the dude at the local park who can do fly out 270 to switch Smiths to Hall and he's fucking goofy footed and wears shins and knees and he looks weird, if that dude's fucking making you want to ride, fuck with him.
Yep.
Fuck with him, pay attention, apply it to like what you do, and just grow, because eventually you're gonna have this dude who influences you, and then there's a dude over there that makes you mad or fucking whatever, and you're just like I said, man, BMX will help you grow as an individual, and I think today's time, it's tougher for people to like. They get influenced, but then they don't really realize that they can be themselves.
Yeah,
They want to be that person.
Yeah.
And it's like, yo, fucking, dude, Austin Augie's already out there. You can't be Austin Augie.
Yeah.
So, like, if you're out there commenting, like, I want to be just like you when I'm older, no, you don't. You should want to be just like you. You just don't know who the fuck you are yet. So, pay attention to Austin and get inspired.
Be you, and if people fuck with you for being you, then those are your homies,
Oh, yeah.
And hold on to them.
Who inspires you now? Who you get inspiration from?
Dude,
what inspires you?
My brother inspires me the most he ever has in my lifetime. Right
Why
now.
is that?
He just shot his first film last year, 8th grade. Very popular in the indie scene. It got a lot of awards. It's written and directed by Bo Burnham, who's a comedian. He's younger than me. He plays like music while he's like the stand-up dude that like plays music and sings songs and shit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He doesn't do it with puppets, though, does he?
No, not
Oh,
puppets.
okay.
Not puppets. He just makes music. He was a YouTuber too. Like he got discovered on YouTube and started fucking selling out shows, doing stand-up, music. I don't know. He's kind of like a hybrid. And so he wrote and directed a movie. And my brother's been in the film industry for years, but this was the first film that he actually was the main camera operator. So just seeing him go through all that, and he's also like building a house with him and his wife. And again, like this isn't even his model that he's doing right now. Like that's not the model for my life. That's not exactly what I want. But he's just blowing me away, man. I'm so proud of him, and I've never looked up to him more than ever.
He's the one that got you into filming?
No, BMX got me into filming.
Okay.
Yeah. I remember actually even like giving him shit when he was in film school, because he was like going to film school, and I was like, dude, you don't even own a camera. I was like, I got more hours behind a lens than you,
I think that matters more than going to school. Is what you could show.
True, but like, and he didn't finish college either,
Yeah.
but he met the right people and he got just fucking full send into production.
Yeah.
And he was a second AC for many, many years. And I mean, I think he ate a lot of shit fucking doing what he needed to do to learn what it was like.
Yeah.
And now he's got like a really good job on Chicago Fire, which is like a repetitive TV series. Like, he gets paid really well and he gets to do these movies when he has time. And fuck, man, I mean, he put in the work and now it's showing and I'm just super proud of him.
If you were to be like, Tony, I got a job for you in Chicago doing something in the movie industry, would you go right now? No?
Nah.
You just want to create your own wave?
It's been talked about many, many years.
Yeah.
And it's just like, part of me is just nervous to go start over.
Yeah.
You know, being 15, 16 years into BMX. And I mean, like, fuck, I don't know what's the show for it there.
Yeah.
But, like, it just makes me nervous to go start fresh. But at the same time, I'm just not moving back to Chicago.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, me and my girl are here, and whether she would go with me or not, fuck, man. Going back home, and
Yeah.
that's like the worst part about it. I was like, oh, I could start a new career, and that could be really exciting. And then I go to the bar and run into people I went to high school with. Fuck that.
So you're looking forward to be in the movie industry down here?
I don't know, man. I'm just trying to. I want to get better at the technical side of filming. Like, I'm very visual and like creative, I'd say, in my mind, and I can execute that. But like, dude, I'm not very technical. I'm pretty technical on the computer. Like, I know the editing softwares I use, but I mean, in terms of like actual photography and cameras and equipment, and I know that the deeper you get, everybody has their own little responsibility, and it makes it easier for an entire production. So like, maybe I'm further along than I think because I can do a little bit of everything. But like, I have zero confidence if someone was just like, oh, we just need you to show up today and do sound. I'd be like,
No.
not me.
Yeah.
Not your guy.
But directing.
I could direct, yeah.
Yeah, you're a good director.
I'd really like to direct. It's just like, you know, and that's what was fun about making those videos for Fit. And like, not like they fucking cost a lot of money.
And killed it.
But thank you. Not like they cost a lot of money and we didn't like just have big budgets, but like there were concepts. So I was involved in that bike line, the 2018 Fit line, from like start to finish, with the riders, the graphic designers, Moeller, and like even helping him like do like all the like SKU numbers for fucking Taiwan. You know, like everything.
That's a big process. A lot of people don't understand
involved.
what's involved in that.
Right. And like, as much as it was crazy hard work and a lot of work on top of like doing the video and production afterwards, like, fuck, I learned a lot. And I don't know when I'll use it. You know, maybe I'll have to fill out fucking SKU numbers for Taiwan for a camera shit one day, you know?
Or you start Gully Salvia BMX company.
Dude,
So it go.
Gully Salvia blunt wraps, dude. You think that you're just gonna smoke a blunt? But your fucking weed's just surrounded by a salvia leaf.
It's a one big salvia leaf. You don't come back.
Salvia Fonto leaves, first ever. Synthetic.
Fuck.
Just one hit, you're done.
It's basically just LSD and some fucking rice paper.
Have you made a music video or anything like that?
Yeah, I've made a couple music videos. Not that I'm like, I'm not super proud of them.
I think that's gonna be your attitude through everything, though, because I think you're such a perfectionist that you're and an artist. You're just like, you're never gonna be happy with something.
Yeah, fucking the few rap videos I did were just like, again, man, even if I was like, had a concept and like directed it, they're just fucking rushed and for free. And just like, don't get me wrong, they were fun and with people we had fun doing it. It's just when I look back, it's like there's so many more BMX edits that like accidentally like became like hits, you know, where I'm like, oh man, I'll go back and watch them and be like, damn, that was a fucking one. And you feel it, you know, you feel it. So like
It's like that Young and Retarded. That shit was fire, dude.
Yeah.
when I gave that to Adam at first, it's like,
Was that your idea for the name?
no, that was
That's the
them.
whole OSS
They had all
line.
that set.
Oh,
What's that?
little house phone
Hey,
with
come in,
with
say
a
what
cameo.
up.
Little house phone.
Little house
What the
phone.
fuck is up, y'all?
What up? How you doing, bro?
Are you going to the Blue Flay show?
My God.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Catfish, how the fuck?
got no C.
When y'all roll a blunt for me?
Malouf or something.
Um,
You do not know how to
Malouf's
roll?
Good. Malouf's good at rolling.
I still don't know how to roll. No.
Jesus.
If you guys don't know how
That's
phone
why
is,
you
he
got
makes
a house
music.
phone.
Go check out House Phone. What's your Instagram?
At Lil House Phone.
He go hard into paint.
You got woods or anything?
Y'all had it. I got the weed.
I got see we smoke these manager blunts over here.
That's cool.
So
Bro, what are you promoting right
He's
now?
got all kind of things over here.
Yeah, it's a straight up ad.
We got weed. We got this.
dude, I'll build a fucking blunt for house phone.
Do you just wanna give us like 5 more minutes?
Yeah, where are we at?
Well, yeah,
How long
we're-
are we-
Yeah, we're at 124.
Yeah. Let's just do.
So
let's
all right, yeah.
do
So
5 more minutes and we're gonna end this shit.
So you actually you're not even supposed to be here right now.
That's real.
You were supposed to go to where?
I'm supposed to be in
Australia.
Brisbane, Australia.
Brizzy, as they call it. What happened? Why are you not there?
Little Brizzy. I mean, do I gotta air out fucking?
He already aired himself out. I think.
Yeah,
He's
he
like,
put on a story.
Okay.
Yep.
yeah.
Okay, yeah. Adam's
Visa.
visa was denied, so he's a criminal. I don't know.
So he can't go. So the whole crew doesn't go. So you're here.
Well, dude, not gonna just go to
The-
Australia. and-
Yeah, but to any of the Australian BMX no jumper fans, they're gonna probably reschedule.
I believe that probably the second half of the dates are probably gonna be normal, and I don't know what
Good
their
God, this smells like my
And what was your
grandfather's
job duty on this?
funeral home?
camera operator.
Directing, all that.
I mean, me and Adam really didn't come up with anything too crazy. Like, we had a certain kind of goal set, but in the end, it was like, oh, if something presents itself, I'll speak up and I'll be like, hey, I think this could be cool. We can make a video you've never done. Do this. I don't know. Just how my mind works. Like, if I see an opportunity and it's gonna help the both of us, my job there is make Adam look good, get out videos. So if I see an opportunity that's gonna be a fucking sure thing, and you're like, oh, look at that, we could just do that real quick, 5-minute video,
Yep.
easy.
Yeah.
And if it's something you've never done and you feel like you can execute it and pull it off, I'm all for it. So, man, I don't know. We'll see what comes up. Obviously, we're gonna be doing normal vlog shit, but
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
5'7".
It took me a second to realize what was happening. I'm not even high, and I was like, wait a minute.
I have no idea, man. I can't even tell you if I'll be living in California. That's just the way.
You
I
can't
hope
even
so.
tell. You can't even tell us that you're going to be living.
That's truth. Yeah.
You might get struck by lightning.
Hope
Dude, I
we-
could die on the way
Do
home
not
tonight.
die on us.
I think
Who
we're
was
going
saying?
to his video premiere hopefully in 5 years. A fucking film about this goddamn jockeys.
1, 2, 3, fizzy.
Oh yeah.
Wait, would this be the movie about the security guard protecting the cartel fucking horse racing, or would it be the actual fucking?
Dude, it'd be basically in the end, there'd be some major conspirator that was at the fucking horse track, and you'd think it's somebody that's got a good position, some chairsman up there, and then you just find out that it's this sneaky fucking 5'2".
Security guard?
No, he's a jockey.
Oh.
Yeah, and he's 67 years old, and he comes out and he goes, "I'm Zach Yankush." And fucking, he's the main conspirator. He'd be the massive reveal at the end of the movie.
Oh my God. What do you got else planned for 2019?
What's up with
Where
all this
can
new
where
shit?
can we see you?
I do have a few projects coming out with other bike companies now that I'm working freelance. So I'm not gonna say anything just yet. Just
Can't even give us a hint, dude.
look alive. Did a project with BSD again.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So they heard that your boy was free, and
Hustling out there, hustling.
yeah.
And what else?
They were like, "Yo, fuck. It's been so long. We need you back."
I wanted you to give me a good Scottish accent right there.
Oh fuck.
When's your video dropping?
No, I'm insecure to do that.
Do it.
Oh,
Give
God.
it
Don't
to-
be-
you spent
Be
so
you,
much
dude.
time
Yeah,
there.
be you.
How am I gonna be me and impersonate somebody?
You're dressed
Oh,
like
dude, be you, but be
Be
Scottish.
Scottish.
Oh, wait, whoops. Dude, I'm not. I can do a little.
But are you?
If Chris Kyle was here, he'd be like, we're just gonna ride a Unit 23 for just 30 minutes and then jump out a fucking helicopter in fucking Dubai. Then get a pint at Sleazy's. Fuck. I don't know. That wasn't that good.
That's
That's
very good.
amazing.
And if I could hang out with Chris for 2 seconds, I could get it better.
Holy
I can get it
fuck.
better.
That's amazing.
I just gotta hear it or see it for a second.
That's funny. What any advice to any aspiring filmmakers out there? I know there's a lot of BMX filmers that are working hard, would love to follow in your footsteps. Any words of grandfatherly advice for them?
Man, just get started. I think that goes for anything.
We need more of them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's a dying thing.
I think just get started. Like if you're trying to film BMX, dude, nothing's stopping you. Just fucking, all you need to really
your
do,
phone.
all you
Yeah,
really need
that's
to do is know somebody who rides, and you could film them. And I guarantee, 5 videos in, you're doing better than your first. And that's just like I said, it goes for everything. But I mean, if you're just like anybody trying to make films, also like they're just trying to, you're gonna get better with time. So don't be fucking cranking out videos every day, watching your views, giving a fuck about followers and monetization.
Did that stress you out about making all these videos for Fit a little bit?
What, the views?
Yeah, no, just like all the vlogs use like so much
Having
footage,
to
so much
produce
content.
No, I mean, at the time when I was marketing coordinator, that was my decision. Was
Yeah.
like, hey, everybody right now is like starting vlogs. Everybody wants to talk shit on them. Everybody's got an opinion about them. I was like, it's the best thing for the brand, and we might as well pull the trigger now. It's kind of like just rip the fucking Band-Aid off. We got going, and then next thing you know, you're making F-Log 12, and like, who can say shit? And be like, oh, you're making vlogs now. It's like, no, we've been making them.
Yeah.
You know? So to me, I just thought it was like the vlogs never stressed me out. Those are easy to make, you know? It was tough to squeeze them in. There were times where I made them when we had other shit going on. Like I was filming a fucking part for someone while they're in town, and now I got to squeeze in a vlog. Yeah. Or we're actually doing product promo, and I got to fucking document how we document. Like there was one time where I remember giving the camera to someone and was like, I can't even do it. Just I'm filming this, you film this process, and you know, it rattled my brain up that day, but I was still able to like make 2 videos out of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but no, the views and that stuff, like that's what was nice about Fit is like I was paid to make the videos. So whatever comes in, whatever they make off the YouTube, which I believe when I got on, we were somewhere in the 60,000 range, and within the 2 years I was there, they're above 100,000 now subscribers. So
Yeah.
and I mean, dude, that's them. They get that money. I don't know what the fuck. I don't care. I never had to care back then, and then I still don't have to care now because I still contribute, but I get paid. The rates are discussed before the views come in.
Yeah.
And I prefer it that way. That's how I've always operated. I've never had my own personal channel or anything that generated revenue based on views. So it's just not really even in my wheelhouse. I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I feel like it was even different. You remember when the come up was like before the Facebook comments?
Yeah.
Like that's when you cared about the comments.
Yeah.
But now it's like,
Do you think we should start doing that? Is taking off the
Make
Facebook,
'em-
make it
make 'em
anonymous again? I think we should.
yeah, but you need someone fucking.
It also depends on who you know, that all the negativity came when Adam would post a video and he would give his opinion on it if he didn't like it or not, and then that's what started it.
But I think that was the best thing for the come up at the time.
Yeah, I think free speech needs be out there more. You know,
I
Even if
was
it's-
kind of
a
against
lot of
the
it was
anonymous
hate.
comment. That's
Yeah.
why, because
There's a
people
lot of
started to
hate.
think it was cool to hate.
Well, a lot of I think somebody died or in somebody that's what sparked it. Somebody died and all this fucking anonymous hate is just like.
Yeah,
dumb. But I
that's-
could be wrong, but
I just think. I mean, I think it's just good to be honest.
Yeah.
Why put anything out there that's bullshit?
yep.
So I mean, Adam was just speaking his mind, and so many people disagreed with him at the time.
Yeah.
But I think that's what made.
Everything.
Yeah, I mean, nobody can fucking argue that like the posts Adam made back in the day were way better than anybody since. And no
Yep.
offense to anybody, but it's like, look at Adam. He spoke his mind. He speaks his mind now in a totally different industry.
And that's where he's at.
And everybody's still listening. So, yeah, I don't even know. I don't even know if the comments would fucking do anything. It might stir some shit up. But I know that if you guys do what you were saying about watching some videos like this on a podcast or live.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got some real good ideas.
Yeah,
and
let
if
us know in
if
the
you guys-
comments.
and if you guys are truthful, it's going to be entertaining.
Yeah.
Because you can't just fucking like everybody.
Right.
I mean,
Everybody already hates me.
And,
Fuck it.
well, see, that would be fun. That would be fun too, to bring on salty guests that you know are gonna talk shit on a video.
I'll talk some shit, but I'll do it in a nice way. Like, I'll give you constructive criticism.
There we go.
Yeah.
You out? Alfredo Mancuso's leaving the building. All right. So was that you want to give thanks? Want to tell us about something? What's going on?
Yeah. Anything else you need these kids to know?
What's missing? What's missing from this?
Dropping
No.
anything new?
No,
with
I'm
any
good.
brands? No, you're good.
I'm good.
All right.
At the moment, just shout out anybody. Fuck, man, I don't know. You guys know who the fuck you are.
If you fucks with him, you fucks with
Yeah,
him.
and if you're listening, then fucking yeah, you're good too.
Yeah. Shout out Tony, man.
Actually, if you're listening, then yeah, I fuck with you. Who's gonna sit through
Yeah.
a BMX podcast?
You got some good stories.
Real BMX riders.
Some- Somebody who
know,
rides.
know who's gonna sit through it? People that are addicted to salvia.
Damn, dude. If you're on salvia and you fucking
Kids,
laugh-
do not do that shit. I'm just joking. It's just a
No,
joke.
shout out the person that started listening to this podcast and then left to go get salvia.
Right now to finish out the
finish it,
podcast.
yeah.
Oh.
They're like, damn, salvia, I love that shit. Let's go.
There you go. All right.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Malouf or Tony Malouf. We didn't get to touch that, but that's how your
Don't
last
even
name.
fucking
That's how your
go
last
there.
name is pronounced.
Oh,
Tony
yeah?
Malouf.
You think so?
Listen, it is. Thanks for making us laugh. Thanks for the free stuff. Big thanks to
Yeah, I'm gonna come through and check the levels on these.
check
Ain't
the
nobody
levels.
gonna-
Check the
no,
levels.
ain't nobody
check,
here.
check
give a
my
fuck
levels.
about
Check
that.
my levels.
I'm taking that shit.
Check my
dude,
levels.
You guys are a fucking professional Fago operation
Dude.
over here, dude.
Facts. All right, Tony. Thank you for being you. The world needs more people like you.
Oh, cheers, Nate.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you
you're a
so much,
fucking
man.
savage. I cannot wait to see what you got going on with the video, writing, all this shit. I'm super hyped on you, man. I fuck with your vision.
I want to come back and when you guys
That's
play,
good.
when you guys watch kids edits and shit, we'll do that. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Have a couple beers and we can get a little wild and do that. So
Go.
thank you guys so much for watching. This is TCU TV. My name's Catfish. This is Nate Richter. Leave us a comment who you want to see us do next. Pause.
Hit me up.
Leave us a comment, see who you want us to interview next. And like, subscribe.
I missed it.
I hate both of you. Bye.